back to your favorite podcast, Full Coverage with Manny MUA.
Laura Lee, we got a special guest today.
And we have a special guest, Miss CJ Perry.
Miss CJ Perry.
AKA Lana.
Yes.
Svetlana.
Lana, I will break you.
Yes! Oh my God.
When you go into Lana mode, it literally sends me to like a new place.
It does.
Inside.
It does. It's very real.
It's
I love
so
it.
good.
It is real.
I mean, I love doing it. Like, I love going into my alter ego, you know, because I can say anything I want.
And you can't get canceled for it. I'm a wrestler.
And I'm a
your
Russian.
job.
You don't like me anyways.
It's so good. Okay, you guys. So CJ Perry, she did Surreal Life with me. We were castmates in Surreal Life. That's how we met.
Oh my God.
And honestly, we've been close ever since.
Yeah.
Since we filmed that almost 2 years ago at this point.
Yeah, I was like, when I walked into the house and I saw you, like, I knew Dennis Rodman, but
Right.
I was so excited that you were there. Like, I just watched your vlogs.
You guys,
Yeah, I
thank
know.
God, because I felt very insecure for a while. And in the
Well,
beginning,
CJ
so I was
is like a safety. She's
Yeah.
a safe space.
Mhm.
And I felt that way about you immediately. I'm like, oh my God, I have safe space
You're
here.
like, I know this
I
clear.
know, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. And like, just knowing that like someone would get like so many different worlds that we're in that you just don't know if other people are gonna understand.
Of
Yeah.
course.
So I was so excited, and then obviously I bonded with you, and I love you and I adore you.
I love you. And then obviously Laura.
So
she
Manny's
met, hello.
like, I met this girl, CJ. She's really, really cool. And like, we don't tell each other
We
anyone's
don't.
cool because we think everybody, well, not everybody's a psychopath, but like, we're like the
Many
most.
are.
we have,
They are.
we have, so me and Laura specifically
We-
with like each other have like very high standards for like people we keep
We
around
can
us.
include.
That we can include in our
with
vibes.
us. So he was like,
So
I
I
met-
would never, I promise you, I would never tell Laura I got a new friend that I really like if I didn't really
if it
fuck with
wasn't,
you.
if he knew
my
that
For real.
yes.
If I didn't
yes.
think that she would like you, I would never even
And so
introduce
he's
you
like,
guys.
she's gonna be at Coachella. Like we should all, because you were there with Courtney.
Yeah.
So it's like we should all four link up. And I'm like, well, if Manny is telling me we should link up with someone at Coachella, this person must be like top tier.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like there's
100%.
no way. And then we hit it off immediately.
Ever since.
Ever since.
Yes. I was just talking to one of my friends today about you, and I'm like, how the second I met you at Coachella, I'm like, adore you, and then I'm like,
likewise.
I totally understand why this is Manny's best friend.
Yeah.
Like, I
You got
can't
it.
get enough of her, and it's like
Mhm.
you're even the same vibe that we are when we're out, like
Yes.
how we like vibe out. We're
Yes.
so similar, and we
Yep.
both drink.
Yep.
Manny, love you, but
Manny, love you.
We had
No,
a
but
good
it's true,
time
but you have a
together.
good
We had
time.
such a
Yes,
good time together.
yes.
We also just spent Halloween together as well.
oh my God.
You guys, that
You're like,
was-
did we?
That was actually a very wild night.
That one goes down in the
In the
books.
history books.
In the history books.
Once we do peaks and pits, we have to talk about what happened that night and what
Okay.
CJ pulled off.
Can we say what you pulled off?
Can we say?
Please?
Okay. Okay, great. Okay, great.
But first, peaks and pits. Of
Peaks
course.
and pits. Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage.
We love you guys, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a really cool app where you can rate and review different doctors in different fields.
So if you guys want to check it out, you guys can go to ZocDoc.com/full or download the ZocDoc app for free. Start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/full. ZocDoc.com/full. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Sometimes I really wish life had a user manual because at the end of the day, life's tough. Life is hard. And the most important thing you can invest in life is yourself. And that's why the cool thing about BetterHelp is that you can literally do just that.
Just fill out the brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime, and it couldn't be simpler. There's no waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% on your first month at betterhelp.com/full coverage. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/full coverage. Okay, wait. We should make her start, or should let's let you.
Let's start it so she can see the vibes of what
Okay,
peaks and pits
yes,
are. So we
okay.
do this in every episode. We talk about like kind of like the best part of the week and like one of the worst parts of the week. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, just like annoyances or like, oh, I liked that. Things that have happened. Like, what's a fun thing from the week that you're like, oh, I enjoyed this, and what's a shitty thing that you're like, fuck me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
my peak, for example, it's super easy, is gonna be I binge watched Wednesday on Netflix and I fucking loved it.
Oh my God, I want to watch. I've been seeing the commercials.
I'm a big fan of like anything like supernatural. Like I'm a very supernatural sci-fi kind of vibe person. So when it's like a combination of like Jenna, who I'm a huge fan of in general, the actress that plays Wednesday.
What else has she been in?
Scream.
Oh.
She was in Scream. Like the new Scream.
So wait, is this the first season?
This is the first season.
Because I've been seeing the hair keep on like
yes.
the girl with
Wednesday,
the hair,
like,
that
the
outfit.
Addams
I'm like,
family has been huge forever. But this is like the take on like Wednesday specifically, and like her like outlook of what's going on, and like it was so different than what I was expecting. I didn't expect it to be like them going to a school for like gifted children, like all those kind of things that like have powers, and I'm like right up my fucking fantasy. And I binge watched all 8 episodes, which are all hour long, in like 2 days, like a day and a half.
Oh, I'm gonna watch it.
I binged it. I
love supernatural stuff.
It's my favorite. So it gives very like Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
I know exactly who Jenna Ortega is.
Oh, no. So what was it that you were thinking of that from the thing?
She was in You. She's the little girl in You. She's also in X, the movie X.
Yep.
And
X, yeah. She filmed that in like, Australia, right?
And I also
was that the one with Brad Pitt?
It is the
zombie
one. No, that's Z. World War Z.
Close in letter. Very close.
Very close in letter, though.
Very close. Very
in
close.
The alphabet, yes.
Very close.
She was in a lot of stuff I've actually watched.
But Laura just watched the first episode last night.
I did. I watched the first episode.
It
is top tier. It's
top tier.
Tim Burton.
It's a new season, too, right?
Yes.
First season, only
Tim
season,
Burton
8
did
episodes.
it. So you know it's iconic.
I recommend to anyone that likes supernaturally, like Sabrina / like the originals, Vampire Diaries, but a little bit better, like more elevated
You're gonna
writing.
Eat this up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Shadowhunters?
Oh yeah,
obsessed.
I don't think I watched that.
It's so good.
Did you watch Vampire Diaries?
It's just like that.
Yes,
Good girl.
I watch all those things.
Good girl.
Love them.
Twilight.
What was
like,
the other
Twilight
vampire show? True Blood.
True Blood.
Oh my god, I love True Blood.
True Blood was great.
Oh my god.
Yes.
Because of the fact that it's HBO and like it was so like violent but sexual but so good. Like it was insane.
I watched it in like 2 weeks. All 7 seasons.
So you watched it like when it was not on TV?
I watched it 2 or 3 years ago.
Oh, okay, got it.
Like 2019. It was a
Yeah.
summer, and I binged it. And then like Alexander Skarsgård.
Yes.
Skarsgård. Oh,
like,
honey.
are you joking?
I like it's just like
Wait,
warm.
do you think
Just thinking of him.
Do you think his brother Bill is hot? The It Clown? Bill? I'll show you.
I think he's very attractive.
I know who you're
Skarsgård.
talking about.
I think
I just
Alexander's
really,
hotter to
especially
me.
in that role too.
I know.
Like as that
Eric?
evil vampire. Like I was just like,
You ate it up.
You ate it up.
yeah.
No, it's
I would be like, Miro, I'm sorry. Like, can you guys fight each other in some movie, please? I need you
Can we
guys to
just
fight.
fight?
Yeah, can you guys be on the poster and just
fight
fight?
for my
Yeah.
honor.
So that's his little brother, and his little brother's
He's very handsome.
He plays in a lot of
Very
stuff, but he's the
handsome.
It Clown. But you can tell they're related. I mean, they do look
Yeah.
pretty
Oh my god, they
different,
look
but-
so similar.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
right?
But like
How
hot as
funny.
fuck still.
So, yeah.
So yeah, that's my peak. What's your peak?
My peak is I will have already been back from this trip whenever
By the
this
time y'all are watching
episode.
it.
By the way, CJ, this is coming out in like 2 weeks. But I'm going to Florida to check on the house to make sure it's still there.
So
it's alive.
you bought because a couple months ago you were talking about how you were gonna buy one.
I was. I bought it.
Oh my
I guess I didn't tell you.
No.
You're like, what happened with that? I
That's
bought
amazing.
it, and then I've only been to it once, so I feel like I should probably go back and check.
Yeah,
Make
in
sure
months.
things are good. And then I'm gonna drive up to Alabama because you know I'm really close.
Right.
Like it's like right there, and just see fam because I didn't see them for Thanksgiving because I stayed here. It's very peaceful Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it was very peaceful, I'm sure.
It was real peaceful.
It was.
Very peaceful.
And I'm gonna drive up and I'm gonna go visit the Fam Jam. And I'm excited though, because I love LA. We were just talking about how much we love LA, but it's always good to give it a little break.
yeah.
You know what
And
I
you
mean?
appreciate it when we come back too.
You do.
You really
do.
She said
appreciate
you
it.
really
Like when I
appreciate
landed,
it.
I was like,
The angels started
oh
singing.
my god, yes, yes.
You felt
yes.
the LA. Me too. But I'm gonna tell you something. It's hard for me to leave here because like I do actually enjoy it here, like
Totally.
regularly. Like
Same.
I'm happy here.
Yeah.
And whenever I leave, it's always good to like get out of your house and like take a break. But then I'm like, I'm ready to go home. I'm ready to get back to LA.
As a true homebody would say.
As a true homebody.
As a true
Yes.
homebody would say.
It's very hard to get me to leave my house.
But it's
Well,
nice.
you have
It'd
a
be really
beautiful
fun.
house.
Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
I was
Stunning.
pretty shook when I walked into your house.
You were like,
I was literally like
and
that.
she like designs the inside of it and everything too. Like that's why
Okay.
it's the gag.
I was
Literally.
like, wait,
She's so good. Interior designer, makeup artist, fashionista. I'm like, what can't Laura fucking do?
Stop! Don't hype me up.
I know you don't like to be hyped up, but she deserves it.
it's insane. When I walk downstairs, you have a huge factory factory.
Yeah, a factory.
A freaking factory. I'm like, how do you have this huge factory? It's like walking to all these different rooms and clothes and makeup. She's like, you don't know I have a factory? I have a whole bunch of employees. I'm like, wait, what is happening
Fucking
right
Charlie
now?
and Chocolate Factory over here.
I took her downstairs because
We're the warehouse.
yep.
That
It's
is
really,
so funny.
It's really impressive. It's
She
really
goes, "You have a
inspiring.
clothing brand?" I was like, "I do. I didn't mention that. I guess I don't know."
But when we're out, we're doing
I
things.
hate talking
we're
about work
being
stuff.
crazy.
We're being crazy. Like
We're
all three
not
of
talking
us.
about work.
Our conversation is just always dumb.
It trails.
It does.
fun.
We trail heavy.
Like I laugh so much with you guys.
Oh, it's like the
Likewise.
best.
Cackle and
Yes.
and like I don't think people realize how hilarious Laura is because
No,
like
they
you're
don't.
hilarious online
Without
but
even trying.
25 like it's insane. Like I would just be like, no wonder Manny is like so obsessed, you know, because like you're hilarious.
You
but
guys
then
are
I'm
so
just like,
sweet.
what is
The
happening?
dynamic, I feel like we have a really good
It
dynamic
is.
together.
It is. I
Yes.
can get really stupid.
Yeah,
I love it.
absolutely.
Yep.
I love it. What's your peak?
What's your peak?
Oh my God. I kind of thought when I landed that might have been a big peak for me.
That is a peak because you don't live here full time.
Where were you?
I was in Nashville.
Okay.
Yes.
And I've actually been gone for a month and I've been like
Jesus.
literally all over the place. I went to like New York for a wedding, which was amazing.
Okay,
I think I
love
was
that.
like drunk for like 6 days, but
Straight.
pretty much.
Uh-huh.
And then I came back for like 2 days Halloween with you guys.
Oh, yeah,
yes.
yep. Which was a moment.
I love that when you come back, we're like making you see us first.
No,
every
literally,
time.
we do.
We're like,
CJ, what are you doing? Come on over.
Well, that's why I came back this time too.
Yeah, to be on
Because
the
like
podcast.
I went to Nashville and then New York again and Nashville for
God.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like really cold there and gloomy. And so it really does affect my mood. So
Yeah.
totally.
when you guys were like, come on to the podcast, I was like, okay, I need a reason.
You're like,
to
I
make-
have to leave.
I have
You're
to
like,
go.
book a
Sorry.
Like I
ticket.
gotta go now.
Book a ticket.
So I don't know. At first, I didn't know if it was gonna be my hair because I got my highlights.
They look
Oh, which
so
looks
good.
so cute.
Or landing.
We're going to be talking about a Coachella trauma we had with
Yes, we
CJ.
We talked about it in the
And this
podcast
hair.
before, but
we
now
did.
you guys know
so
it's
now
CJ.
you guys can.
And we're gonna revisit
'cause
that.
It was funny, but it was horrible.
It
Like
was
I
trauma.
felt bad because
Yeah.
if it were me, I'd be like pissed. But like it was just the way
It
kept
was so
happening.
hilarious.
It
Like
was-
I couldn't
You
even.
couldn't even write it. Like it literally was
You
like, how did this
couldn't.
even happen?
It was like
I
a
could
joke.
not believe it. Like I could not believe the root spray and then all the black on the face.
No, do you remember when like we talked about it on the podcast a long time ago, where we had like a friend with Coachella who like would move their hair and then there would be wherever the hair was on the face was black streaks through the hair. It's CJ. So
It's
now you guys
CJ.
know.
She got highlights, guys.
got highlights now.
She got highlights.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, no, it was ridiculous, and it's like I'm totally okay with being that person. Like I'm totally okay with being
You
the Phoebe
are.
of the
You
group.
are. You
know?
are. You're
It's
so
okay.
good with it.
You
You literally
are.
like started wrestling in the fucking middle of the Revolve party.
She did. I
You
have
literally
video
went to a fucking
footage.
headlock.
Yeah.
I have video footage.
We
Oh
have
my
footage to
God.
prove it.
Yeah, that's pretty normal for me.
Okay, let's do pits, but I also want to talk a little bit about CJ's wrestling
100%.
because it's shocking.
It's
Oh my God.
It is
insane.
shocking.
Oh my God.
Okay, Pitt.
Your pit.
You know I have to always have to look my pit up because I write them down. Okay, so my pit is gonna be the fact that Surreal Life, the show that we did together for VH1,
Oh my God. I
only
can't.
got 6 episodes.
I think
When
it
we
needed more.
filmed like 9 to 10 episodes worth
I think it needed
Minimum.
more.
minimum.
Minimum
Because we filmed for what, 18 days straight?
18 days. Also, cameras in every single room, every bathroom, every closet.
Plus cameramen.
Plus cameramen.
For 24 hours a day for 3 weeks straight.
Yes.
I just
So
don't know
when
if
I
could
found out that it
do
was 6 episodes, because they're like, oh, we're gonna be making it a little bit more lighthearted, and we're gonna be cutting out a lot of the like the tumultuous drama essentially that
I'm
happened
kind of
in it.
shocked they did that.
I am so shocked because I'm like, you
Totally.
would think that VH1 or like any kind of show that actually does get real drama happening in real time
Would take the bait.
include that
For sure.
in a show.
Well, do you not remember? I thought everything was a conspiracy.
I,
like I literally,
100
I'm
like-
I guess it's the Russian side.
I'm talking about she was a conspiracy theorist from the second we walked in to the second we left.
She was like, nothing is real.
Yeah,
No, literally.
like, yeah,
She's
nothing.
like, so I don't know if we talked about this, but the first day we didn't have running water.
Oh yeah,
I don't-
the first 8 hours.
Oh,
The
and
first
you
eight-
were
yeah,
like,
first
they're
hours.
setting us up for
yeah,
drama.
like they're setting us up
with
for
this.
drama. Like they don't
I
want
would've
us to
thought
bathe.
that.
They don't want us to shower. They don't want like we couldn't use the restroom. We couldn't do anything.
I probably would
And I
have
was
thought
like,
that.
no, CJ, like they literally like they want us to at least feel
like-
comfortable. She's
I
like,
was like,
right,
Manny, like
right.
literally, I'm like, Manny, it's okay. Like, you don't understand. You
That's what I
haven't
don't.
worked
I
in
literally
these
have never done
crazy
a reality
reality
show before.
situations.
Yep.
Like, you are the best OG influencer. These people, we cannot trust them.
Yeah, no, she was like, don't trust anyone here. And I was like,
They're
was so scared.
The water's just broken.
But it's crazy
She's
now that the show is fully done and watching how it all transpired. I think they did obviously a good job. Like I watching it, I enjoy watching it. I'm laughing and I think it's so good.
Yeah.
But it is really, really, really shocking to see what they didn't include of like what actually happened in the house. Because a lot of times like you're not seeing things like, for example, when you don't see people interacting with one another, there's reasons for that. Like they fought and like they had like arguments and there's so many things that have happened that transpired that by the end of it we're like, who does anyone like anyone? Like who likes people?
I have a question on the show and you guys can tell me how you feel and I should probably wait till we deep dive. But so when Stormy walks in last and August immediately throws a bitch.
We already bonded over trauma, no running water.
A whole day
Why
later.
was she late?
Her flight.
Yeah.
got canceled.
So she walks in and like August throws a bitch fit and just totally, I don't know, the vibe for me with him there was that it was a little bit like, I'm better than you and I don't want you around me.
Totally.
The way he like picked up her mattress and yeeted it off the staircase and was like, I don't want her in my room. You're not fucking sleeping in here. He was like what was that like that? Because that's the way it felt on the show.
Yeah.
Like just watching it.
I thought it was worse in person.
I felt, because I like kind of, I didn't throw it over, but I helped him like move
Move
it.
it downstairs.
You
Move it
were
downstairs.
the one.
Yeah.
You were the one on the show who were like,
Helping.
I will help you build a room, Stormy.
Yeah.
Because
downstairs.
he's like not allowing you in there.
Yeah. I think it's interesting hearing that because in that moment, I didn't really feel like August was like at all intentionally doing anything like mad. It was just like you had to throw the thing over
To get it out.
to
of the
even
room.
get it out,
To get it
you
out.
know? And
Yeah.
so like that, it wasn't, I was next to him the whole time. I didn't really feel like it was a negative, like between being mean. It was just like, I don't feel comfortable. So that's why I understood that because like my husband didn't want me to be in a room with a man, even if it was Manny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He didn't feel
so,
comfortable with me.
so that was like, I can understand that he didn't feel comfortable. And so I just wanted everyone to feel comfortable. So like,
Yeah,
I
you
understood.
totally were like, I'll build her a room. You're like, I'll help build her a space.
And I
felt
think maybe
so
some
bad
people
for her when she
don't-
walked in. I just felt
Yeah,
like
I
it was
know.
just very like we don't.
I did
want-
too.
You know what? I'm not saying you guys were like
Yeah.
that, but like the vibe changed and it was just kind of like, ugh.
It's hard though because she came in with the doll. And a lot of people didn't like that
But I
aspect
don't.
of it.
I guess I don't understand that because I don't give a fuck.
No, I know,
Like
but a
it's
lot
gonna
of people
take a lot
care.
more than a doll to get me.
But
100%.
that's the thing, like the biggest thing about the house is like I
They do it
say
on
this to
purpose.
myself anyways. Yeah, totally. But it's like we cannot look at people's experiences from our lens.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like we are all, they purposely put people from completely different walks
To
of
get
life.
that.
To get that.
religion, experiences, cultures. And so it's, you know, they want that to be conflict. If we just take a step back and go, let me try to understand it through their lenses.
They don't like that. That's not what they're like. Let
Right.
me be understanding. A doll doesn't bother me. They're like, we need more for TV.
Exactly.
Well, that's what I didn't understand, like from the production standpoint. I didn't understand because it was like one time there was a huge breakdown probably around when Dennis left. And then they're like, guys, this is a comedy. This is not a drama.
And this is literally
This
like
is a
halfway
comedy.
Through. This will be halfway
And
through.
yes, and we are traumatized. Like the one episode where the big thing happened, it was so like
Kidding.
put
The episode seemed so chill. Like, it
Yeah.
wasn't like that bad. When
Yeah,
in reality,
no.
it was way worse.
Right.
Wow.
And so it was like, we're all like, whoa, like, that's why it was hard. I thought everything was a conspiracy.
Right.
Because I'm like, there is no way. I've done 3 seasons of reality television. There is no
shit.
way that you are not going to use any of this. There's
how
no
could
way
you
it's
not?
going to be comedy.
Yeah.
But then, you know, they still
And then
they
turned
made it comedy.
Yeah. I, mean,
I was
with
like,
6 episodes.
I couldn't believe it.
I could. Well, the thing is, I was surprised when I found out afterwards. I was 6 episodes, so I was like, "Oh, this is how they're going to turn it into a comedy because they're not going to include a lot of the traumatic, the drama, the fights that people had, the things that broke out into.
Oh my God.
Which I didn't know that they weren't going to use when we filmed it. When we were filming, I'm
I
like,
would assume. I would have totally
for
assumed.
sure.
Right?
1,000%.
and
I was like,
and
this
it's the production people that were like, you guys need to do the activities. Like, you guys need to partake in things because we're trying to make this a happy-go-lucky show and make it like fun and sweet and funny.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of people didn't want to participate in stuff.
Yeah.
I noticed that as well.
Yeah, a lot of
Yeah.
people just didn't want to
And
participate.
I'm
So it's like
wow.
you got to do stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. You got
I
make
thought it
the
was
show.
cute how we though were like us 4 were always, and again
100%.
it's like different people's experiences, you know, everyone, and I think that's I'm glad. Well, like walking into the house, I really wanted to make sure I didn't body slam anyone. Immediately.
Yeah.
And like because on Total Divas, there was a couple real fights. Like
Really?
Physical.
No way.
it almost broke out of the physical, but it was so verbal, intense that I was like, I want to make
With
sure
you?
in light with me and this other. There was a couple
Okay.
that were, but one of them were
Specifically.
really intense. And I learned so much from that situation. But one of the things was like, I like don't want anyone to let me lose my cool like that or say certain words because you can't, it's hard to take it
Right.
back.
Yeah.
So I was really glad, I really set my intentions on walking into this house like, okay, you just try to look at it from other people's perspective. Try.
100%.
And it was one of the most challenging things I've ever done in my life.
Wow.
Surreal
By the
Life.
way. Yeah, for real.
100%.
Because of the way people would react, and it's just
Because I just want to say fuck you
Yeah,
and fuck
yeah.
off, you fucking lunatic.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
like
You're
it's
trying to be
But you
patient.
can't. But you can't, and you can't like say that, like, because you're also like, the thing is too with Surreal Life, like people are going in with something that they've already done. Like, so people already know who they are. This isn't like a brand new reality show where like no one knows anything about you.
Everybody's already
Everyone's established in their own way. Like everyone has like something for themselves. So like they can't go in and be completely 180 from who they are outside of that.
Absolutely.
Or if they do,
Absolutely.
they're about to get fucking shook by the reality of like what reality TV is. A lot of the people in the show, a couple people in the show, like are honestly really lucky that it turned into just a comedy.
Yeah.
Because it could have not been that for a
'cause
lot of people.
It would have been a nastier situation for them once it aired.
100%.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
nice that like VH1 decided to take it upon themselves to be like, we're gonna make this happy-go-lucky fun. And watching it back, I genuinely enjoy it, and I have fun and I laugh watching it.
Yeah.
But it's funny having experienced it because you get ebbs and
There's
flows.
a lot of drama still.
There is still.
I mean, there's
still
a lot
good
of drama
amount.
still.
But imagine what really happened.
I need you to body slam someone next time.
Mhm.
Crazy.
She's like, it
Crazy.
very
It
well
was
may
crazy.
happen.
literally crazy.
But yeah, that's my pit.
Yeah.
Well, deep dive is like maybe
I'm
later
sorry,
on.
I just
but
had
I feel
to.
you.
No,
I
for
had
sure.
to.
That is a pit too. I'm gonna like
because I wish
for
it was
sure.
more. Like
Yeah.
I part of me wishes that like it was, let's say, 8 episodes and you did include what really went down in the
Oh
house.
man,
That's what I wish happened. Not the ending.
the very
Maybe
very
not
ending?
the very, very
Oh.
end. Because that was actual trauma from everyone.
There was a lot. It was a lot.
I
That
heard
was
about
trauma. Remember I
this,
There's
told
a
you about?
lot
and none of it made the
trauma.
cut.
None of it made the cut.
None of it made the cut.
I
I heard
didn't
about a
like
lot of
not
things.
believe them. You have to understand, like everything. I'm like,
Yeah,
I
because
don't
she didn't believe
believe
that.
you.
You're like,
Yeah.
it's going to be in the show.
it's going to be used.
I would think that.
That's
Mhm.
what like, because a lot of people
I watch
ask,
a lot of reality TV shows, and
Yes.
it's literally nothing but fighting.
totally.
So
and absolutely, and most of the time, like when. I don't know. It's just so weird. Like I didn't expect that at all. Like how much because most of the time they will be like, no, don't worry about it. Don't worry. It's kind of like the opposite, you know? And then it all
Yeah,
makes it.
yeah.
Like that was my like with Total
Of course, it was
Divas,
like opposite.
Opposite.
Where they're like, oh my God, no, it's going to be fine. It's not going to be in it.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
Whereas this, like, when they're like,
and for
no,
this
it's
one
really not going to be in it.
time, they were being serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was like, oh my God, they were actually
The
fully-
one time.
They're being
True.
serious.
The one time you thought you had enough experience and you had really figured it out after all this,
Mm-hmm.
it all flipped on you, the whole thing, and they really didn't use any of it.
Yeah,
That's
and they really
exactly-
didn't. I was shocked
Great,
about them not
great.
using any of the ending
What
stuff
a
in it at
mind
all.
fucked for you. I bet you were just like,
We were.
You know,
like both
Watching
of you
it,
guys, like,
watching it back, I'm like,
insane.
insane, right?
Insane. You know
What
what
show
it
am I
reminds
watching?
me of? It reminds me of a IG reel. It reminds me, we go on a trip, we go to Coachella, we shoot all this
Right,
stuff,
right.
and then we have all these
just
pictures and
us like,
photos, and then we
"Oh."
edit it into a 6-second IG reel.
Of cuteness.
Cuteness, and
And
you're
you
fun.
like,
have about 6
fun,
hours
this,
worth of
yeah, and-
content.
But
Exactly.
Lord,
That's
if
like
you
6
saw the shit we were getting into but at night.
Exactly. That's literally what it is. Like, you saw, like, maybe, like, 5% of what, like, happened in the house.
Yeah, it was like a quick
Wow.
little highlight reel.
Yeah, it's a highlight
It
reel.
was, you guys got to see, we get to see a highlight reel.
It's a highlight reel. You're so
Oh,
right.
wow.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah.
I guess they want to stick so hardcore to being a comedy. They're willing to
Fun.
not put all that in, but I do know
it's
that
so
show would have
interesting.
got. I mean, I think it did great, but I mean, the eyes would have been on it if they showed what actually was happening. Jesus Christ.
People love drama.
They
do.
That's what I'm
Like-
saying. Like, people would have lost their mind.
They would
I
have
love
lost their
tea.
fucking minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm literally a Housewives fanatic.
You are.
And that show is stage drama. And
Uh-huh.
I know it is.
But the gag is this
Yeah.
wasn't staged.
Right. So
At
can
all.
you
Crazy.
imagine?
It's crazy. It's
the
literally
people
crazy.
if they heard about this,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And like it was in the show. Can you
So
imagine?
like Housewives is like the Kardashians, which is like Total Divas. That's doc-style reality. And
Yep.
the most common question I've been asked on when doing media is how does it differ from Total Divas, the Surreal Life? And I'm like, the main difference is like one is doc-style reality. So there is like there might be beaded out stuff, you know.
Okay.
You do capture reality. The best stories are fully reality, but sometimes you just got to make sure you have the 3 beaded, like the A, B, and
It's
C
so
story.
you know how it flows, so it flows
Yes.
correctly.
So you kind of exactly.
So
and
you pinch together conversations and like put
Totally.
people together to finish and close things up.
and people that are
in
really
those.
good, they will hit their beats and like
Without having
within
to do setups.
less than 5 minutes at the lunch, because they know they're going to
Got
only
it.
use 40, whatever it is.
So
you
they're
know?
trying to open, drama, close.
Yes, totally. And then, resolve whatever, however it goes.
I love that.
Yes. So you kind of know what's happening. Well, with Surreal Life, it wasn't like that at all. It is literally a social experiment that they want it to be a comedy.
Like it was real.
So, yeah. So I was like, it's actually completely different because you have no idea what's happening.
What's going on. And the funny thing is that when the production has to come out and be like, this is a comedy. And they're like, just remember it's a comedy, you guys.
Never in
It's
your
supposed
life
to
will
be
you imagine
fun.
reality TV productions
Never.
like let's calm
dial
down.
it
Let's
back.
dial it back and just have some lighthearted
No,
fun.
literally.
Like, could you
and that's what that
imagine?
was.
It was
Wow.
They're like, guys, it's supposed to be fun.
Yep.
Dial
Wow.
it back. It was wild.
Damn.
What's your pit?
My pit is the time change, seasonal depression,
Oh.
winter, it getting dark out, everything. All of those into one.
Yep.
One,
That's a hard
like
yes for
as a
me.
content creator, like I use sunlight for like 90% of my content, just like my phone lighting.
Yep.
And so now I have to like film everything by 4:30, which is kind of hard.
To get everything done by then.
To get
hard.
every single
What
thing
time do
done.
you wake up every day usually?
I normally like a 7 o'clock, 7:30
Okay.
girly.
Mm-hmm.
That's
so,
early.
Yeah.
That's early.
You know,
Yeah.
it's not bad.
How about you?
Like 9.
In
10.
Surreal Life, you were like 5 a.m.
What
Well,
the fuck?
once real life because like
You were like, I'm an early bird.
I'm pent up like in that situation. Like, I can't like sleep longer
Okay.
because I'm already like kind of like on edge. So if I'm on edge, I'm like at a constant like anxiety level. I'm not gonna be like sleeping in like easy.
Right.
I'll try to nap, and I did nap a couple times during Surreal Life.
Yeah.
But I can't like be super comfortable, especially if I'm sharing a room with 2 people. Like it's not my space. I can't like sleep in.
What are you?
Well, I was when I was doing a lot of training at 87 North and doing a
Good
lot of
God.
martial arts and
Yeah.
That made
stunt
me
training.
tired. I was exhausted.
5 a.m.
Yeah.
5
5
a.m.
Ain't no way.
I was starting already at
How do
6:45.
you do those things at that early? My body is not even.
Yours is still frozen.
It's
Yours is
a lot.
in rigor mortis.
Yeah.
Rigor mortis. I'm still in rigor mortis in the casket.
You are still like you're atrophied. Like
and
you
you're
can't
over
even
here
move.
literally kicking someone's ass.
Yeah. I've found this process that I can basically warm up really, really, really well in 15 minutes. Like completely cold, like full. I could do it in 5, but my ideal, like I can kick your ass, I could probably do in 12 minutes. And it's like this, like a whole bunch of like combos of jumping and punching and stretches and and then I'm ready.
But you're used to being active with your body.
Yeah. Like my whole life of dance, the wrestling, professional wrestling.
You get your body into
the TikTok dances.
Definitely
This
the
one.
TikTok
professional
dances.
This one,
TikTok
yeah.
dance.
Definitely the
This one
TikTok
right here,
dances. Yes. I mean, it makes me happy.
Yeah.
There's days
Yeah,
that I'm
yeah.
sad and I'm just like, I start hearing the music and I start doing it and I'm just like, I'm freaking happy. I'm like
no,
freaking
it's
happy.
true. It's serotonin boost.
It
really is.
It's your talent. It is. What's your
I
pit?
get. Oh yeah, what's your pit?
God, I don't know. Maybe arguing with my husband.
See, that's a great pit to have
one.
though.
That's
It's a bad
one.
pit,
It is.
but it is a pit nonetheless.
and it's a real pit.
And
you
it's
know?
real. It
yeah.
happens.
I
It
feel-
is.
yeah.
How long have you and Mira been together for?
Ooh, God. Oh, man. I met him in July 2013. So I guess
Oh, my God.
yeah, so over 9 years of
Yeah.
like actually dating him and sleeping with him. So
Don't forget to add in the sleeping.
having sex. And,
Yeah. No, that's
yeah.
true,
You guys
yeah.
have sex?
Sometimes, no, I'm kidding.
You
yeah.
heard it here first.
They have sex.
Yeah, arguing with your man will get you good.
That'll get you together.
It'll get you
every
good.
time.
It'll get you together. So
That
annoying.
sucks. Fighting's the worst. Like no one
Okay.
wants to fight.
Here's the thing we haven't explained. Let's talk about CJ's WWE.
We have to take a break first.
Oh, okay, we're taking a break. Take a break.
So we're gonna take a quick break?
And we come back. I'm gonna ask her all the questions I want to ask her.
Oh my God.
Period.
Thank you to ZocDoc for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage.
My fave. Our fave. We love you guys, ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a really cool app where you can rate and review different doctors in different fields that are around you, like local doctors that you can find. For example, let's say you hurt yourself or you're like, for example, for me, I downloaded the app because I wanted to find a dermatologist that was around me. And I found one. I thought it was so cool that you're able to look at reviews, see like what's around you, who's around you, and you know, what their ratings are.
It's also hard sometimes to find an appointment. Like Ty found one doctor that met his like insurance needs, and then it was like no appointment for 3 months. You know
like,
what I mean? You're like, what's the point here?
And they take insurance. Like they like that's part of the ZocDoc way.
It helps you like match with the doctors right for you with insurance and appointments and everything. So if you guys want to check it out, you guys can go to ZocDoc.com/full or download the ZocDoc app for free. Start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/full. ZocDoc.com/full. Thank you to Bare Necessities for sponsoring this portion of Full Coverage. You guys, think about your favorite bra that you have right now.
I'm thinking about it.
Okay, what is so great about
You
it?
know, I feel
What is
The
so great
comfort.
about it? That's right.
I think.
Okay, but listen, hear me out. Bare Necessities is the biggest online intimate apparel retailer. They offer over 140 of the best brands all in one place. They put comfort above all else. They're all about size inclusivity. So guys, they have bra sizes from 28 to 58. They have cup sizes from AA to O. And then the rest of their intimate apparel is also sizes extra smalls through 5XL.
That's amazing. I feel like that's really hard to find, like the size from the smallest sizes to the largest sizes. Like I feel like it's really hard to find that in intimate apparel.
It's truly like a one-stop shop for that. They have so many options, and also finding the right bra is not easy. So they offer a bra finder fit quiz, which helps you point you in the right direction to the bra that's going to work for you.
Love it. You guys, what you can do is right now get 20% off your Bare Necessities order when you go to barenecessities.com and use code FULL20. That's code FULL20 at barenecessities.com to get 20% off. barenecessities.com, code FULL20.
All right, we are back, full fam, and I just have questions. Didn't I, like, at Coachella, like, every 5 minutes, I was like this.
So tell me.
You wrestle?
How does it work? Yes, it's true.
How do you do
How
that?
do you do it? As Laura's so fucked up, too. Laura's so fucked up. She's like, so
I
how do you
wanted to
do
know
it?
everything.
Do you get hurt?
It's fascinating. It's fascinating to me. Because, like, guys, if you watch videos of shit she does in the ring, I'm like, who are you?
It's so crazy.
You don't seem like that person.
Because you're like such a like, girly girl too.
I
Like
know.
you're so like girly girl and like just chill.
Just so chill and like normal. And then you go to this character who has this crazy talent. I wouldn't be able to do it in a million years.
Oh my god! Thank you. You're so sweet.
So how did you start getting into WWE? Like when did you start?
Yeah, when did you start wrestling?
So I in college they first tried to recruit me because I was like a bikini calendar model, and I was like the cover and the centerfold, and I was a professional dancer already, so they really go after a certain type of girl at the time who is super athletic that they can possibly
move your body.
Yes,
that they can that body.
Yes.
So
they can teach.
yes, so I went down there. I looked at everything. It was the first time I ever went to a wrestling show. I was like, whoa! But I wanted to finish college, and I really wanted to pursue some things. And kind of, I had still a checklist of dance stuff that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so I moved out here, and I lived out here for 3 years.
Where were you living?
I was at Florida State.
Ah, that's right.
Okay.
That's right. That's right.
Yes. So got the whole college book experience, and so then moved out here, and I did Pitch Perfect, which was like amazing experience, and I was able.
That's how you know the Pitch Perfect people.
Yeah.
Yep.
When
Everything is
Coachella,
connecting for me right now. Coachella, I got cliff notes because it was all blurred. You may have told me all this, and I just don't remember.
When we were at Neon Carnival. When we were at Neon Carnival.
Wait, what?
I
was like, we were with all the Pitch Perfect people. It makes so much sense to me. That's why we were with them.
Yes.
I thought for a long time it was just random people we ran into or just hanging out with.
No, this like good. Like, but me and Skylar have been so close for years.
Yeah.
You know, because like similar vibe,
Mm-hmm.
and we lived in Baton Rouge for 3 months.
Wow.
So there's a
okay.
lot of bonding.
Is that where they filmed
That's where they
that?
filmed it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn.
1 and 2.
And you were in what in Pitch Perfect?
So I
the
was
people.
a Bart and Bella when she throws up, and so I'm actually right next to Anna Camp dancing, and then I was a footnote dancing. Who? Yes,
Because you're a dancer.
I'm so upset. Yes. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I love that.
Yeah. So I got, and I also Anna Kendrick wasn't there the whole time, so I had to be like her double.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, so it was crazy, so much fun, and I had to be one of the boys' doubles. So I got even closer. Besides the stuff you saw me on screen, because I was like working with all, like I was 2 people's doubles, and so I got really close with the boys and the
Jeez.
girls.
That's so
and,
cool.
I love that.
Yeah,
And that's same as Skylar.
that's how. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Skylar and Anna, like, I mean, she's incredible. Like
Wow.
she was
Very
like
talented.
came in 5 days and had everything down. What we
No
had been rehearsing for a
way.
month,
You're
she was
lying.
like had already learned everything. I was
Oh
like,
my gosh.
that's why you're
That's
getting
why you're
paid $1 million
Anna. Yeah.
right now. And no one else is. So that was great. There was other like a lot. I just wanted to dance with certain artists and like get that experience. So then I got an audition for WWE, and it was a 6-month diva search, and they were
Diva search.
A
was
diva
a
search.
That sounds
diva
so
search.
cool.
It does. It
A
does.
I want to do a diva off.
Yeah, it's the diva search, and they actually ended up this is when they were casting Total Divas, and they purposely talking about reality shows. There was going to be 6 girls that were from WWE, already veterans, you know, like Natalia or like the Bellas, and then they were purposely going to bring 2 girls from LA that they were getting in this that didn't know anything about wrestling, and they're just hot girls.
Yeah.
That you
For the
know
show.
they are super athletic, but like
to
yeah,
throw in
so
the pit with you guys.
yeah, so they create just automatic drama, you know,
Wow.
because
Yeah,
it's like,
'cause they don't-
oh,
yeah, 'cause they
yeah.
don't know.
So I didn't make the cut for the show, which I'm very
Oh.
thankful for, because it's really hard. The wrestling world is such diehard, loyal fans. They're
Mhm.
probably similar to the beauty space,
Right.
fans, you know. And so if you're introduced to people to them a certain type of way,
In a way.
they're like, so if you're introduced as a reality star, it takes almost impossible to win them over, because they're
Right.
like, you're not a diehard fan.
Like you didn't like
Okay.
come up like
Yes.
that. Like
Yep.
you didn't
Yes.
work hard like that.
Yeah, you just got
I see what you're
lucky.
saying.
You're
You got
just,
lucky.
you
You're a
know,
reality girl.
Exactly. You're
You
not
gotta
like
be WWE from the start. You gotta be wrestler first,
Right.
Yes.
like in the game,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
then you can go do other things, and they'll support
totally,
that.
totally. So with me, I came in. I got sent to NXT, which is the development program, and I don't know if you guys ever saw Glow, but
Yes,
I've
I
heard
saw
of it.
Glow.
okay. So the lead girl
Uh-huh.
Zoe, that I'm watching her and her story, and I'm like, did you guys bite my story?
No.
I
No,
literally
it's like that.
Yes, because she was like an actress that came in that, you know, it was all acting. Like she had like 7 characters, and that was me. Every day I would come with like a whole like 8 different characters, 8 different
Really?
accents, like
Yes.
all this stuff. So you know, people don't realize in WWE it's storyline. So yes, it's hard hitting, it's wrestling. Like I've always been super physical. I love like
You're in it. You're physically
yes.
fucking
Yes.
in it.
TJ
So we went to the
actually
show.
took us to our first wrestling
Oh my
show.
God, yeah, that was
She
amazing.
puts us front and center, takes
Oh,
us
we were
backstage to meet all the rest. It
shook.
was insane. Like now I can never go again because
No, if it's not with you, I never want to go.
Top tier experience.
God, oh my
Like
God.
we're literally in the fucking ring basically.
Mm-hmm.
And the guys are literally and the girls beating the living shit out
yeah.
of each other.
And like
yeah.
literally, I didn't even
Blood,
realize.
sweat, and tears. And I did not realize.
Didn't either. When you see like the red and the blood and the sweat, and I'm like,
Oh,
this
yeah.
is like really
I'm
intense.
like, damn, he just slammed him so hard. Like
Yeah.
I saw
Like, it
him
really-
hit, and then he
yes.
gets up, and there's like red all over him,
Yeah.
and they're already turning black and blue.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's crazy. It's like you have to be a little bit mental and a little
Yeah.
off your rockers. Like you have
To-
to
yes.
enjoy pain, because it is always painful.
No,
You know.
right. And like I
always.
didn't know that when I would watch on TV. I'd be like, in the beginning when I was super young, I was like, that's so real. It's so crazy. When I got older, I'm like, that's so fake. Da, da, da.
Same.
Yeah.
And now,
Same.
and then after watching it, I was like,
All right, now we're back to it being real.
what the fuck is going on
Yes.
here?
like
Like this
they,
shit is like
people's
really,
backs
they're
would be
getting
turning
hurt.
black already from bruises
Oh, yeah.
from being slammed down so many times.
Oh, yeah.
Before they
No, it's
even
crazy.
leave the
And
ring.
I didn't know. I thought like the ring was like supposed to be like soft
I did
and like all
too.
things,
Yeah.
which
Oh,
had-
no.
which
the
was not
slam
real.
down
No.
on the ring whenever you're backstage
At all.
and you just hear the huge clap from the stage. It's crazy.
It's insane. And like when you hit the ropes, like if you guys started hitting the ropes,
Yeah.
you guys would be, the first time I started hitting the ropes, everything was black.
No.
Like your body adjusts to it. But I was
Does
like,
it?
my whole ass was blue and purple, my back, like I had wall,
ropes are
like
so strong.
Like it's insane.
Like, they're
it's
painful.
It's so crazy. And then when you start learning how to hit the turnbuckles, I had like literally huge blisters this big. That was for a while. I was like, now the scar went away, but I had like permanent because
Damage.
it was so. You just keep on going at it and going at it and going at it, and there's
when
And your
you
no
were
body gets
way.
learning how to
acclimated.
do this, like the glow scenario where you're
Yeah.
like learning characters and do this, like what made you be like, I can do this? I know I would have been like, pack up the car.
Right.
Let's
Put it in
roll it out.
reverse.
Yeah.
Just roll it out.
Yeah. I think for me, the character part of it came really easy because I have been playing characters or the storytelling and acting. Like I was always in acting class. And so I think that's why I accelerated really quickly there.
Yeah.
I was only in development till for 6 months and they brought me up as essentially, I was still learning how to wrestle, but I was a character.
Wow.
So I earned.
Like quickly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like Rocky IV, Ivan, actually, Bridget Nielsen played that character, you know, and
nice.
I took so much inspiration from her, and they were really prepping Miro. At the time, his name was Rusev, to come up and be like the big bad guy.
Oh.
And yes, and he's Bulgarian, so Americans often think that Bulgaria and Russia are the same country. So they're like, you evil
You're bad.
USSR. It's like, well,
Yeah.
that was like
They just
35 years
throw
ago.
them in the category.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So they paired us together instantly.
Wow,
Like,
no.
yeah.
I didn't realize they paired you guys together.
Yeah, literally my first promo class, I cut this promo in Russian and I switched to the English, and then the guy, and I did that in my audition too, and that's how I think I booked my job. And
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah,
She can
and-
speak Russian,
Yeah.
by the way.
Да,
Da.
я говорю по-русски. Хочешь поговорить?
She just cussed us out.
So yeah, the acting teacher, our legend on Dusty Rhodes, paired us together.
Wow.
And he was like, you guys should start working together. So we just started working together, and then Triple H really like took us under our wing. So I kept on learning how the rest. I mean, you never stop learning.
Right,
you
you're
know?
always going to learn new moves
yeah.
and new tactics and all those kind of things.
Totally. But that's kind of like how I was a big character in WWE versus like women's champion. I would fight, and I've
Yes.
gone through 9 commentary tables.
Commentary,
You
yes.
know, like Nia Jax, like I had a crazy storyline with her, but the majority of my storylines were probably with the guys and, you know, either managing them or in a romantic relationship with them, or then finding another guy to make that guy jealous, or getting married, kind of like Kim
Wow.
Kardashian. But
I love that.
But wrestling.
But
Got
Svetlana.
it. But Svetlana instead of a
Yes,
Russian.
Svetlana has many, many husbands.
Of course she does.
Yes, you know.
And the wrestling fan base takes this very, very, very serious. Like this
yeah.
is not like
This isn't a joke.
just storyline to them.
No, this is like reality.
We saw it firsthand.
When
saw it
we were
firsthand.
there and the people that were getting into it, like
Oh,
I was
honey.
like,
It's not like a fun storyline.
Ariana, what are you
like,
doing
this
here?
is life.
That
yeah.
was me.
Oh yeah. It's insane. It's insane. When we did our first storyline, the first year, me and Miro, whole places, like you guys would have lost it seeing it. Whole places would be chanting, like booing us and chanting USA. So we were literally the most hated people, because it's like, sometimes people have opinions of what's like a cool bad guy, or it's subjective, right?
Right.
But if someone comes out and goes, "You stupid pathetic village," you know, and you're all
So like the crowd.
yes, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Like,
but this,
you're
and
taunting
isn't
them.
It, like,
Yeah.
weren't you teaching us at the Wrestling Mass? It's good when a heel gets booed because they're doing their job.
yes,
And
like
heels
they're
are
doing-
bad, by the way.
yeah,
There's some
heels are
terms.
villains,
Heels are
are
villains.
villains.
and baby faces are good guys.
Oh my god,
Which-
Babyface! What a funny name to give
I
the
know.
good guys, right?
Babyfaces
Because they're
and
still
heels.
like monsters out there.
Yeah.
I know. It's so funny.
Oh wow.
So you and Mira would go out and you would clown the audience.
Oh, yeah, I
and
would-
they would like fuck you.
Yeah.
How
yeah.
was that? That would feel good to me.
Oh, I loved it.
No, she loved it. She loved every second of
I
it.
loved it. Like, I really learned how to be a good villain from Miro's a great villain, but also just because a lot of people don't want to commit to being hated. You know,
I would have trouble with
I would
that.
have trouble with that too.
I say it would be fun, but like getting a crowd to boo you,
Yes.
I'd be
I
like,
don't know.
Well, especially
hurt my feelings.
online, that gets hard because
That-
people
They
really
take
think.
it. That's what I'm telling you
they're
guys.
like,
It's not a
yeah.
fun storyline for them. This shit is life or death. They take it so serious, which I'm glad they do.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
you guys put so much into it.
Yeah.
But it's like online to be a heel.
yeah.
It's insane, isn't
It's
it?
insane. One time I posted at this time when I was doing the USA, like very pro Russia. Like we had a flat. We'd be like dedicating our matches to Vladimir Putin, and his face would drop.
shit.
oh
Yeah,
shit, so it was like
very,
intense.
very, very. So people like I posted a picture of my nephew, and he was like 2 months, a month, and people were like coming for him, like saying the mean it, like you should die, you stupid Russian baby, like just awful things that from there forward I was never allowed to post my nephew or my niece ever again online because like my brother and my sister started seeing these
They're
comments.
like, Jesus
And
Christ.
it just was like awful. Like I'm like, who says this?
They're like, you guys, it's a storyline. It's for the show.
Like, you're American. Guys,
I'm like,
please.
I'm from Gainesville.
I'm from here.
Do you people not realize? She's like, I'm not here.
But they don't know that though. Like,
Yeah.
They don't.
They think
They
that
don't.
that's like who you are.
Yeah, no, totally. And the even funnier part would be like if you just look it up on Wikipedia, it says I was born in Gainesville, Florida. So then you have the occasional fan that would comment and be like, bitch, you're from Gainesville, Florida. And it's like, no shit. I'm thankful that you use Wikipedia. Like,
Do
what
you
is
think
wrong
they're
with you?
airing in Russian villains to play in the ring? Like,
In
do
the
you
WWE.
think
Oh, yeah.
that they are airing in people from Russia, like true villains? Like, are you shocked?
That are evil.
Yeah.
That are evil.
I know.
Do you guys have any evil women in Russia that would like to come? It's not how it works.
That's not how it is.
No.
That's
So,
so
God.
recently, obviously, or last year,
Yeah.
you were no longer with WWE.
yeah, literally a month before Surreal
filmed,
Life.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like going through all the
The
emotions.
The gigs.
yeah.
Going through the
Because you were with
gigs.
WWE for how long?
8 years.
Dang.
Yeah.
Fucking years.
Yeah, 8 years. And it just, you're on the road 300 days of the year.
No.
Yeah.
I did not realize
300.
that.
300
so wait,
days.
like, are you guys like? It's like a true tour, but why does it go year round?
We don't have an off season. We're the only thing in the world that doesn't have
That's
an off
what
season.
I'm thinking. Like, why? It's not like a sport. Like,
I guess
why,
influencers you don't really have like
no
what-
off season
off-season.
there.
Yeah, so like
But you
that's,
are allowed to take time for yourself.
Totally.
Of course.
But
Totally.
there, you're more like contracted to be
Oh,
you
there.
have to do.
Yeah. Usually
that.
you get time off like if you get injured or something like that.
Well, thank God.
It's almost like, let me get injured on purpose. 'cause, like,
Literally.
shit.
Yeah, it would be like we would leave, I want to say Thursday or Friday, depending on what brand, if you're on the Fox SmackDown brand or you're on Raw USA brand, depending on what day you would leave. But let's say you leave Friday and you come back. At one point, we had to do both brands. So we would leave Friday and we would not come home till Wednesday.
Ain't no way.
And then Friday again through Wednesday, Friday through Wednesday. And on top
Ain't
of
And
no
it,
shows
way.
every day.
yeah. You have a live event Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and then Tuesday would be television, and then Monday would be television.
There's no way.
Live television.
Like, how exhausted were you in your body?
Great. Literally insane because on
How do you
top
not
of
get
it,
sick?
I don't know. I slept a lot. I would sleep 12 hours all the time.
Oh,
Right.
God.
Okay, good. So
I
you
love
would still-
sleeping.
yeah,
so
you
I
would
would
still
just
get the
sleep.
time
I would
in.
get the sleep. But it would when we were doing Total Divas, film it on your off days. So sometimes
Wow.
Oh, okay, got it.
you,
So you have
don't
to
have any days off.
There's no days off. Because you're filming reality shows.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'd be mentally unwell from that.
Yeah.
I looking back, I was a little mentally unwell.
You're like I was.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
I still am.
I could do
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I could definitely do that in my 20s.
Yeah.
Young 20s, I could definitely pull that off.
Yeah.
But not anytime near now. No.
Yeah, it's interesting because I loved it. Like I love to go on the. I'm
Wow.
ADHD.
You look back and you're like, wow, it's
I-
amazing.
I never didn't want to do it.
Mhm.
There was sometimes I wanted a couple days off, but when I got released and then after Surreal Life, I did so little travel for a year up until when you guys came to the show. I just
Yeah.
really, unless it was a job like I had to leave or Christmas, I was not doing any, I stopped doing media. I barely started for 6 months, stopped posting.
Yeah.
Even like
you needed a you time.
I was exhausted. The thought of getting in a plane, I calculated I had spent 800 days in a plane
Are you kidding me?
minimum. It might have been more, like 2 times a week at the very least.
Honey, that's years. That is years of your life.
That's literally years in
You
the
live
air.
more of your life in the air.
I know.
And 30,000 feet.
I know. I was so disturbed. Like I was like, oh my God, I can't get on a plane. Like I was like, I was
like a
so
mental
much.
breakdown.
Oh my
Yeah. So it was
God.
really good year of like having a normal schedule, normal routine, sleeping in my same bed, waking, all that
Yes.
stuff. But I definitely now have an itch for it.
Now, like,
See,
you're getting
now
the
you've
itch
had your
back.
break. You're ready to.
Yeah, and just like traveling again.
Would you
like,
want to do would you want to wrestle again, or would you want to do something like different? Like, would you want to go into a different vertical?
I definitely like to do something in wrestling, but
Yeah.
Aw, I love that.
it's just nothing like it. So it's such a specific culture.
It is.
I would love to be a character on television, like manage or like do what I was doing before, but going out there and just being like in the women's division, like fighting for the title. I think let's leave that to the 22-year-olds, the 24-year-olds,
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
or like the women, the women's wrestlers. I just wasn't, that was my money pocket as I think as a character who will then
Yes.
fight you in the ring. So it's like you and I could have a whole bunch of conflict because I stole your husband, bitch,
Right.
Yeah.
and we can
Right.
resolve our conflict in the ring and the whole place will go crazy and erupt versus who's the better competitor,
Okay.
Right, it's for the
got it.
drums.
It's
Yeah.
You're doing it
more
for the
about the
drums.
story.
Yeah.
Yes.
I love that.
And I love soap operas. I love like all that, like
Me too.
So that's why I'm like, and this is the one place that we can beat each other up to resolve our conflict.
Yes.
So I absolutely
Wow.
would love that. But if that doesn't happen, I mean, I know at some point it will happen for me. It's just a
Totally.
matter of when it will happen. I also wouldn't mind like moving on the production side of stuff.
No way.
Like, because I just love, I love the editing part. I love the production side, like learning to do the live producing part of it all. Because like, then we can do that in 30 years. Like, what am I going to do when I'm
Totally.
65?
Right.
That.
Hopefully,
can't
we're
just
be- I
hopefully
mean, I would be-
retire.
Well, I'm clearly going to be a billionaire by then. Of
course.
Speaking
obviously.
of the billionaire question,
Oh my God, I'm so
I
glad
asked
you-
every
I'm so
single
glad you
guest
said
this
that.
question. Every single guest. I say, if you were given $1 billion cash, tax free, Uncle Sam, you're walking away. It's all yours. What's the big ticket item you're buying? I'm going.
Like, what are you gonna buy?
He wants a private jet. I agree
want
with
a
that.
PJ.
You could get more than PJ though if you think.
Oh,
about
for
it.
sure.
Like
But
that
think
would
the
be
one
like
item though. Think about
if
the
it
one
like
item.
the whammo. Mine would be like a big yacht, like a doozy.
I would get a private jet.
You
for
too.
sure. A big one though, so I can travel around the
seven-
world.
what
Oh,
is it?
A
yeah.
747.
Yeah, like a
I want a
huge one.
huge one. Yeah, 100%.
I mean, you already live in the sky.
pretty much.
You were living in the sky for
Yeah.
a while.
1000%. So I like private jet. 1000%. That would be like.
Well, that just like changes life in general.
Oh
It
my
does.
god. Like,
'Cause-
are you kidding me? Where do I need to be? Let's go.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
literally. Imagine being a billionaire though.
Yeah.
I want to be a billionaire.
I
I
know.
don't know. It comes with too much responsibility.
I tell them
Pressure. There's a lot
I
of pressure,
know,
I'm
but
sure.
I wouldn't mind being like a 500 millionaire. like
It's like so
half a
drastically
billion.
different. Yeah.
It is like once you get the B, people are like, you need to fix this fucking world right now.
Like
That's
you have
true.
you have much more like
Yeah.
pressure on you
Yeah.
Yeah.
to do.
and I'm
to do
scared I would
things.
do all the wrong shit with it and fuck it all up.
I
But
would
the fact that you're
love to
scared
be a
about it is
billionaire.
good.
She's like, it would
Yeah,
be great
no, I
for
want to.
me.
I think I'm gonna manifest that in my life. I'm pretty sure.
You know
Like I'm
you
pretty
can.
secure over everything. I've always known I would be really wealthy. Like
That's
Yeah.
from a little girl.
manifesting.
Yeah,
That's
so
manifesting.
I've always like
what you
been like
know
that
to be
too, actually.
true tends to follow suit.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Very true.
Mm-hmm.
God, I've been,
that's how I felt too when I was younger. I was like I know I'm gonna make it in some way.
oh yeah.
I always
knew
knew I
I would
would.
make
Yeah.
it in some way. I wish I would have thought I would have had money because I never in 10 million years would have thought. I knew I wouldn't be broke, but because I'd watched my family be broke and I hated like how they spent their money and
Yeah.
how like, well,
Mhm.
you know, I don't know. I just saw ways we could do things differently and maybe
Yeah.
we'd still be broke, but it would be better.
Yeah.
You know, very poor money management for what money we did have, if you will. So I always knew I wouldn't be that way. And so I'd always be like, okay, but I never knew or even thought I would have money. And I wish I would have.
Mm.
Because I should have the whole time. Like,
Yeah.
hello, it was like right there.
Totally.
You know, I should have
Yeah.
like believed that.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but you didn't, and it still worked out pretty well.
It
for
still
you.
worked out.
Exactly.
It can still happen even if
And
you
you're
don't think
super
it
young.
will.
You're super young
And pretty.
and so pretty.
We're starting again. We're starting again. I knew she was gonna be like, shut the fuck up.
He was like, watch my trigger.
I'm a trigger.
And pretty.
And pretty. Oh, I knew that was gonna get her good.
No.
Wait, we had to talk about what happened during Halloween.
Oh,
We can't,
bitch,
not
bitch.
and end this podcast without that
Halloween
story.
was so funny.
Halloween was
Because that just literally
the
happened,
best day of my life.
2 months ago?
Literally.
Not even. It's not even a month. I barely have. Wait, what?
Like
Yeah.
a
A
couple
month,
weeks
dude.
back.
You're
Literally,
right.
not even a month.
This
I have no
was-
sense of time.
This
by the
was
way.
like
Not even a
None.
month.
have
October
none.
31st.
Yeah.
It's November 30th right now.
And it was actually Halloween.
And it was Halloween day. You guys, so we
Literally
decided, so
life.
me and Laura were like, okay, we're definitely want to go to WeHo. Just like
Whose idea was that?
us two to go. It was
Yeah,
both of
why
our
would
ideas.
we ever decide to go to WeHo on Halloween?
Because we
First
literally
of
had to
all,
we're gonna go out
like,
and like
why would you
experience some
do
shit.
that?
I don't know, because it was sick. And then we were talking to CJ. I was like, wait, what are you doing Halloween? She's like, I want to go out. And I'm like,
Oh,
then we should
are
go
we
out.
rallying the girls?
Remember we went to a party before.
Went to a little house party. It
Yeah.
wasn't a little house party, but we
It was
went.
massive.
I know. I saw your IG story. You guys
insane.
made it sound like it was little, and then when I saw it, I was like, "What? Where are they at? The
It was
fucking
a fucking
Kardashians?"
massive house
Like
party.
it was like crazy
It's a
house
crazy
party.
ass house party. It was so fun.
Crazy ass house party.
But we weren't there for very long because we were going to be going out.
We did our
obviously.
rounds.
We did the rounds.
And we wanted to spend because the clubs close at 2.
Yeah.
So-
145 to be specific.
What? No,
To
it
be
is 1:40.
specific.
All the lights come on at 1:45.
Exactly.
And you got to get your ass
So
out
we
there.
got there, I think I would say like at 12.
Yeah, 12,
We got
12:30.
like there to 12ish. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna have a good amount of time. Me and Laura got in, and we got by the grace of God. So we were walking by the Abbey. This is where we're walking by the Abbey. The person that was like managing the door recognized me, and I've seen him some multiple times. And he's like,
my
"Manny,
God.
come on in." And let me in.
I do want to say me and Manny do this thing where if there's a line, especially at clubs, we'll walk back and forth past the line, past the people
No.
to see if we
Stop
can.
it. You do
we
not.
can
We've
get
done
a
it
little
before.
something going.
We've done it before.
Like-
Multiple times.
No, you do not.
Yes,
Yes, we do. We're like,
I'm like,
Hey, oh
I didn't see you. Yep.
we had done it before.
We do.
And I'm not ashamed.
I'm
not
not.
ashamed.
yeah. You know what? I love that. For
I'm
you.
not
Have you
ashamed.
seen
I love
those
that for you.
lines?
'Cause the lines have been-
Listen what this bitch
Well,
did.
Listen what this fucking
Listen
bitch
what
Yeah.
this fucking
did.
bitch did.
I like literally can't do lines. Like I can't.
No,
like
but
I get
those
Also,
anxiety.
because the lines
are-
got the thing is, so when we got there, like there was a line, yeah, but it wasn't like how it was
this
when you got there.
Because I got there at like 12:40 or
If you
12:35
No,
would've
we got there at like 12 then.
if you would have waited
Yeah.
in the line, you would have got in at 1:45.
100%.
for 1,000%.
It was literally like down the block.
1,000%.
It was annoying when we saw it, but when it was your time, it was like a block long.
It
It
was
was.
insane. Like it was so packed.
Oh
so
my
packed.
God.
So packed. So my first thing when I went up to the bouncer, I was just trying to look to pay him off. To let
Yeah,
me
right.
in,
You're
you
like,
know?
listen.
Yeah, like whatever I need to give you money to just skip the line. Like
Let's-
everyone's
I
trying to
will.
make their hustle,
And
you
it's
know?
like this guy out there working on a Halloween
on
night.
Halloween.
I mean, a couple $100 would do him well.
Exactly.
Right?
You know?
Right.
Exactly. Who doesn't want a little extra coins in their
Me over here
pocket?
thinking, I'm like, yeah, give him a 20.
Yeah.
Me fully
You're
be
not-
like,
you're not getting it
give him a
anywhere.
20 and let us in.
Oh my God.
Me fully thinking that, give him a
God.
20 and go.
So like I'm asking him, and he's like, "No, the only way you can get in and skip that line is to get
A table.
a table." And
To buy
On-
a table
on
on
Halloween.
Halloween.
on Halloween, yeah. So I, first of all, think that's a fucking great idea. I mean, it's unfortunate that we don't
She's
have
not
about
a fucking good one, right?
45 minutes, you know? Like,
Literally
damn.
like an hour max.
An
Literally,
hour max.
hour max.
Max.
And so,
Hour 15.
literally.
No, it was 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
it
an
was
hour.
50 minutes. It was because Courtney, I just saw him like in New York, and he literally said, "This girl is wildin'. She bought a table for 50 minutes."
It was 50 minutes.
5-0.
So I
like, okay, great.
Yeah, let's do it. Like I knew I was gonna have a better time. Like
Yeah.
I didn't want to get knocked around, and then also
Right, it
like
was so packed in there.
yeah, I just like, you know, want to do my thing. And also like I felt like they were giving me a little attitude. And so I just
Totally.
worked in the club business from like 18 to 24.
Mhm.
And so I just like know how it goes.
How things
so
Right.
let's just like, this is y'all's job.
You
Let me
said,
make it
cut
easier.
the shit,
And yeah,
let me buy a table.
Yeah.
exactly. And they escorted me with their little light and period.
CJ's like, I'm
So-
in the club, I bought a whole table.
We're like, what the fuck are you talking about? There's only 4 of us.
There's literally only 4
It
of
literally
us.
was me and Laura and CJ and Courtney, and we're like, what do you mean you bought a table for 4 of us? I'm like, that's thousands of
The
dollars.
amount of
What are you
alcohol
talking
they kept
about?
bringing, I was like, we're going to go into a cardiac arrest.
You and I, and we're the only one. Courtney doesn't drink.
I don't
okay.
So just me and you. And they're just bringing bottles and bottles to the table. We're like,
Oh my God.
Right.
And I had to shoot the next day. I was
I remember.
so hung over the next day. I almost like I was
the
like,
way
wow.
you work the next day.
I couldn't believe it. First of all, when they got to a certain table and
we were at a
CJ's
different table at first.
I don't I want to be in the middle of the dance floor. So we transferred tables to the middle of the Abbey.
Do you remember how smoky it was?
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Literally like fog everywhere.
Even with your light, your
see nothing.
professional light,
photo,
you still
the
can't
photo.
even see anything.
We were like, can you please take a picture of us? The guy working our table. And he was like, yeah, sure. So I give him my big ass light from Amazon so you can see us. And he hands my phone back. It's nothing but smoke.
It's just
There's
gray
no
fog.
people in the picture.
It's just gray fog.
I kept it. I was like, that's my Halloween memories right there.
Yes, the
Just know we're there.
memories.
Just know we're there.
Yes,
We're in there. We're in there
Yes.
somewhere.
Oh my god,
It was
That shit was
the
so funny.
funniest thing I've ever seen.
Oh my god,
It
I had
was.
so much fun though.
I did.
Like
Oh, me
that
too. It was so
night,
great.
I know it was like only like 50 minutes, but I'm like, I went.
That was the funnest
50
50 minutes of your
years
life.
I had a great time.
I had a
Oh, I
blast.
had a blast.
CJ, thank you for the table.
Oh my god, thank you guys for coming with me.
Do you remember Coachella us trying to get a ride places?
Oh my god.
We also had to negotiate that.
We had to negotiate it during
We
Coachella
had a
as well.
major negotiation.
Remember I tried to pay people off there too?
We did.
We did. No, we did to
That
get the
was
ride to get the
successful.
ride out.
We were able to pay
To
off
leave
a lot of
Coachella to go to
people.
Neon.
You remember that?
Oh,
We literally left.
you
we
guys
paid
weren't
the
in
guy.
the car when I was trying to get. Wait, did I
And
pick you guys
Revolve
up?
Festival, you were trying to pay a guy to let
Yes.
us in the back way,
Yes.
and he was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
"No, I don't
Yeah,
want your
that's
money."
the one. I was
Yep,
thinking.
yep.
And
we were like, "Son of a bitch!"
like, how do you not want extra money?
Like,
I don't
are you
understand.
crazy? Like, we had the wristbands.
Well, remember he was like, "Oh, it's cut off. Like I can't even go there if I want in."
"Oh, okay."
Remember because it was like bolted off. Or it was,
Honestly,
like,
that's all
it
a
was
blur for
phased
me
off.
too.
It was the whole Coachella experience. There's nothing more than it just is a blur.
It's a blur.
You don't even know what happens during
I
that
had
time.
so much fun at Coachella.
I
though.
had so
Like,
much fun.
I had so much fun. I'm so thankful. Like I had that with you guys
Oh,
because
I'm so
I
glad
like it.
because we ended up like literally being each other almost every day.
It was such a
Yeah.
good group.
Yeah.
The
Like,
whole time.
We were
Yeah.
such a good group.
yeah, it was so much fun.
It was, and you know what's funny is like me and Laura had like never done Coachella by ourselves like that before.
It's always like a big
Ever.
group
It's
of us.
always
that
like a
go.
group of us, like because we're usually going with the brand or we're doing something.
Yeah.
But this time we had actually went with YouTube.
So
and
we
we had
got to
gotten
go.
artist passes
Okay.
from YouTube. And
Oh,
so
you guys got
we-
artist passes too. Oh, I got the artist passes the following week, which is game
That's
changer.
right.
which is
game
amazing,
changer.
by the way.
Yes,
But we
yes.
I was like kind of like, what are we gonna do? Like we always usually stay in Palm Springs.
Yep.
We didn't. We supposed to stay at Coachella this time.
Because
Oh,
it's
yeah, that
not
was a
in
lot.
Palm Springs.
No.
It's like an hour
Palm
away.
Springs
Yes.
is an hour away, and that's where a lot of people have to stay because
Yeah.
the actual Coachella Valley gets packed out. But we got a place like across the street.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You stayed really close.
I stayed at that first weekend because I went 2 weekends like a lunatic.
Yeah.
I've done that once.
I remember you did that.
Took 9 years off my life.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it when I'm in my 70s.
a decade
I
off.
lost a decade back there. Coachella owes me a decade.
Yeah.
Yep. It did me good.
Yeah. It got you together. That second weekend got you
my
real
God.
fucking
You're
good.
definitely losing years out there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, the first weekend I definitely went harder because the
Right.
second
Yes.
weekend I went with Shan, so I had to like there was time later at night I would start
Right.
drinking, but I was like really like
Chill.
Keeping it going during
super
the day.
super but the first the first weekend was amazing because I also never experienced Coachella. Like I've gone before
Right.
and did just like the events, but it was my first time of going to Coachella, so all the walking, even though VIP still like 8 miles, I stayed
Baby.
we
The walking at
walked home
Coachella.
3 miles at
the
least.
walking home.
Oh yeah, when we walked, I had remember the blisters
crazy.
I had on my feet.
The blisters,
It's
because you
crazy.
can't get a ride out there. And even
Yeah.
if you do get a ride, you're not going to get out of there for hours because the cars lined up.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
No, it's
Have you guys
crazy.
ever done an episode of like how to prepare for Coachella? Because that's like
we should.
for sure.
Oh my god. we
First
I
should.
would
of all,
love to come
you
back
need
and do that with you
$500
guys.
cash
Oh,
on you at all
at
times.
all times.
And that's basically
You
how
need
you
a
do
neti
it.
pot.
Yes.
Like
No,
the
when you
flush
blow
those-
your nose
yes.
and it's
Oh my
literally
God.
like dirt. You need
Oh my
comfortable
God.
shoes. Fuck the cute shoes. You need comfortable shoes.
Oh,
You
yeah.
wore heels to Revolve and made it all the way through.
I did.
I don't know how you
With
did
the
it.
shoes on your feet.
With the
I
black
did.
streaks on your face.
the way
And
I would have been
wrestling someone.
barefooted. Literally
wrestling.
in the heels. The way I would have been
She was
barefooted.
like this locked, like this, like
Headlock.
Literally.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Beating a guy's ass out there. Love to see it.
Oh my God. Now I remember the other. Okay, you're talking about the neon when we found the guy.
Yes, neon.
Oh yes.
Oh,
that
the
was
guy-
another
yep.
great investment.
Neon was so fun too.
$500.
Best
Yeah.
investment ever. Ever.
Oh my
Because
God.
like you guys don't even realize how hard like it is
Yeah.
to get around when
Yeah.
things are just so difficult during Coachella.
It's insane.
It's so hard.
It is.
It's
So
insane.
if you can have just some extra cash, because even though if you're going to Coachella, you're gonna have to spend no money. Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day what it
It
is.
is it's an
I would rather
expensive
spend money.
adventure.
It
It
is.
is.
I'd rather spend money to be comfortable
Yeah, for sure.
than to not be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's where I'll spend it at.
That's why I got the table at the Abbey.
Yep, that was
Exactly.
survival.
That was survival of
It
the
gets
fittest
real
right there.
survival-y out there. You know what I mean?
When
It
there's,
starts to
when
become
there's
life and death.
thousands of people,
It's insane.
it's survival.
It's
It is.
very much survival. Yeah, it was crazy.
This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. If you guys don't know what BetterHelp is, it is amazing online therapy.
Sometimes I really wish life had a user manual because at the end of the day, life's tough. Life is hard. And the most important thing you can invest in life is yourself. And that's why the cool thing about BetterHelp is that you can literally do just that. It's online therapy at a very, very cost efficient price.
You know, therapy can cost truly thousands of dollars.
Absolutely.
And finding the right therapist can honestly be something that's so difficult. And BetterHelp definitely helps to make that as easy as possible.
As someone who has gone to therapy before, I think it's so amazing. And I feel like whenever I just need an extra boost of just like, you know, mental stability, I would go to therapy. And so the fact that
Absolutely.
BetterHelp is a resource for people online when they can't find therapy or go to therapy is really, really cool to me.
And if you guys didn't know, BetterHelp has therapists that are trained to help you figure out what's causing, you know, challenging emotions, learn productive coping skills, deal with trauma, and so much more. Just fill out the brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime, and it couldn't be simpler. There's no waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% on your first month at betterhelp.com/full coverage. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/full coverage.
Well, guys, CJ, you've been
Thank
fucking
you.
perfect.
Oh my God. Thank
You're
you
an
for having me.
angel.
The best.
Oh, I love
We
you.
Before
love
we
you.
end this episode, who is your least and your favorite of the Surreal Life?
Manny's your least favorite.
Just kidding. I'm just
Say-
kidding.
just say
I would
Manny.
never do
Just say Manny.
Manny to both. Manny to both. Worst and
Manny
the best.
to both.
I'm just kidding.
Make
I would
this-
never really
make
do
this
It's
that.
like I secretly love stirring the pot.
That's gonna be the title of this episode. Who's the worst of the Surreal Life?
Manny
Mm.
and Manny.
And Manny.
Manny and
Manny gets both.
Manny
honestly.
gets both.
No, but seriously, where can they find you on social?
Yeah, tell us about you.
Tell
us where you're
these
at.
girlies.
Oh my God. Subscribe to cjperry.com.
Period.
Subscribe.
And subscribe to cjperry.com, period. Then on Instagram, the CJ Perry, Twitter, the CJ Perry, and TikTok. It was the CJ Perry, but then there's been drama, so I started a new TikTok, and I'm trying to remember my account.
Sounds
hold
just
on.
about right for you, CJ.
Maybe CJ Perry TikTok.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
We'll find
Yeah,
it
definitely
and we'll
follow
link
me.
it down below.
Perfect.
But you guys also check out Surreal Life.
And Surreal Life.
Oh,
yes.
yes.
Don't forget to check out Surreal Life.
Yes.
It's on VH1.
Yes,
And I believe on Paramount.
It's on Spectrum too.
Something.
I mean, honestly, it's in a lot of places you can watch
I ended up
it.
buying on
Yeah.
Amazon just so
I
I can
did
have
too.
it like constantly
Yeah.
and no commercials. So
I
that's
did
what
that
I ended
too.
up doing.
I watch the commercials.
Yeah, that's
I've
real
done
love right
that
there.
too.
That's real fucking
Okay,
love.
okay.
That is love.
I was like,
Thank
I
you.
need, I need to see these bitches.
Thank you.
That's fucking
Yeah.
love, you guys.
Thank you.
Please check it
Yes.
out. It's honestly kind of hilarious. Like, it
It
really
is.
is
No,
fun.
it's
It really
great.
is
They
It's
did a
great.
good
It is
fucking
great.
job. I
Yeah.
know, like, it's how I talk about it is very like I experienced it though, so I feel like I'm allowed to talk about it. Like, holy shit, I can't believe this happened this way.
Yeah.
But overall, the show is so good, and they did a
Yeah.
great job getting it together.
I was so impressed at how
So was I.
entertaining and funny it was,
Me
and
too.
kind of
it's
proud
like the
of
sound
it.
bites, like what are they called? Like the
Yeah,
reel. Like they did make it into a reel.
totally. And you're
They really did.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Like you were so funny on the show.
Thank
I
you.
was like, I literally can't even.
You were great. You
Yes.
were.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I
you
appreciate that.
Even Manny, he was like, when we were all watching it, he was like, I just want everyone to know I probably didn't get a lot of airtime.
I did. I
this,
told him.
This bitch
100%.
is literally in the whole ass show.
I told him
Like
that. I told him
24/7.
that.
He did. And we're like,
to
shit.
preface it, I was
We
like,
were
guys, I
all
might
like-
not be in it a lot. I
we were
wasn't
like,
a lot.
shut
I wasn't
up.
dramatic.
No, you
I wasn't in drama.
were in the interviews probably. At one point, I
Tamar
thought the
and
most,
him.
but you and Tamar, and
Yeah.
I
You
think
and Tamar.
you guys are so witty with your one-liners. Stormy was great with her one-liners
Yes.
too,
Yes.
so great.
She was
and
great.
but you, what I love about both you and Tamar is like you guys both really give kind of what you're thinking in your brain, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
And I
say what's
Yes.
on the mind.
And I think that like I would get scared a little bit to really be transparent.
especially
with
because
Your
you thought, like,
past
everything-
trauma with the
If you think
Totally.
everything's a fucking conspiracy, how are you gonna fucking be like that?
totally. So
100%.
I just thought that it made everything so much funnier. Like
thank
there
you, I
was
appreciate
something that even when you were like hugging with Frankie about winning, like, and you're
Oh,
just like,
yes.
okay, it wasn't really that exciting. Like, I just like was cracking up. I was like, oh
we'd
my
be
God.
5-year-olds. Like, come on.
Yeah,
But
yeah, or like the water one when everyone's
Mhm.
drinking it, and you know, one of my friends is watching it with it. It's like, do you really believe that can? And I was like, I don't know. I think our mind can make anything happen. You know, if it's water, if it's whatever. And then you
Right.
come on and you go, do I really think that this water is going to bring me the love of my life?
Not
No.
really.
And I just was
The
like
spell,
cracking.
during the
yes,
spell. Yeah.
yes. Because I was just like, it's so like, I love that you were able just to be like yourself still in the,
Yeah.
and it was great. It was really
I think
funny.
that if the show had been catered more towards the drama, maybe I would have had less screen time.
okay.
But because it's catered more towards the fun,
You are
and the-
lighter.
I'm lighter.
You're lighter.
I'm
Yeah.
lighter
And you're
with my
funny.
stuff,
You're
and
hilarious.
I can have funny moments.
yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
You are funny.
But I see how you could think that, like watching it back, because when you were telling me that, I was just kind of rolled my eyes. I was like, okay, Manny, I think that too. We all are you're gonna be fine. But then when I watched it, I was like, oh, because you literally did not have one conflict with anyone. Like I
Right.
even had my dentist conflict, right?
I had the dentist one, but it wasn't even shown in the thing.
Totally,
I
and
feel
it was just
the
like
problem
lighter.
with
And it was
him-
lighter.
I think the problem with you in conflict is your main career is social media.
Yeah.
Your main career is not.
Totally.
So you can be conflict.
You can be
Totally.
conflict,
in
and
something, if you
honestly,
find-
it could
For
even
sure.
be better for you. For
Absolutely.
him,
Absolutely.
it takes
can hit the
down his
fan.
whole career.
Yeah, and it also,
Absolutely.
like,
So it's
I'm
hard for
naturally not-
influencers.
Yeah.
Because
I'm
it's
just
like,
not like that,
if
too.
people are coming for you on social media, that's
Yeah.
been your career. You're used to that shit because of the hill. And it's like, great, okay. Totally annoying at times, but
Yeah.
it's like
The
your
job.
career.
I'm
It's
used
the
to
job.
it. It's
Yeah.
the job.
Like,
Like,
it's part
I'm
of the
used
job.
to those kind of comments. I'm used
Yeah.
to the
But
hate.
you,
No.
however, you don't really need that for your job.
No.
You know?
No. Like it's
And if anything, like
yeah.
you usually actually ignore hate when you get it online. Like you're
Yeah.
not really the one that's responding the most because like, oh, I'm just gonna rise above it and keep it moving.
Totally.
But I was the introspective person in the house where it's like I didn't have conflict with people.
Yeah.
But a lot of people came to me about their conflicts.
Yeah.
That's
And
great.
I think that I was
Yeah,
always
it's
so that's
true.
why they wanted me for the interviews because they're like, you're kind of part of like everything.
Yeah.
It's great.
In a way, like you're there present.
You always
Yeah.
but
need
not
that
in
person
it.
anyway.
And you need like the narration.
You really do.
Totally.
You need
In a way.
that.
Yeah. I think that with you too, like they know you were going to deliver super witty lines, like
They-
not
that-
over
they-
the top,
they knew
like
that's
what
it was gonna
supernatural. And same with like Tamar, Stormy too. Like some of us, even me, I would be
Yeah.
a little over the
Yeah.
top. And it was
Yeah,
like
but
you
that's what
guys
they
were.
want.
I think in the green screen, sometimes they want a little bit more like just witty and natural and
Yeah.
quick, you know, and
Mhm.
you just like
Quick witted.
crushed
I feel like
it.
that's what I was good at. Was at the interviews.
Yeah.
That's like what I like excelled in because I knew how to like because I'm a YouTuber.
Yeah,
like I
totally.
literally film in front of a camera for like a literal living. Like,
Yes.
that's what
Basically,
I do.
the
Yes.
interview portion is what we do for a living.
That's
Absolutely.
literally
Just
what
that
we do.
portion. The reality portion, not so much.
Not so much. I'm not as used
Not
to
so
that.
much
Obviously.
that.
Totally.
But more so
Um,
like that camera in front of you sitting and talking to it. It's
Yeah.
like the whole career.
Totally.
And that makes sense because I thought you did like so crushed it, and then that's like your job, right?
Yeah.
Because it's that pretty much the same framing, the same
Yep.
It's the
space,
same thing.
Same
all,
thing.
like so much the same. And then Tamar did 10 seasons of
10
reality.
seasons.
Holy
Yeah, she's won
shit.
awards.
Yeah.
Her family's won awards.
Mhm. She
She's
won Big
like,
Brother,
oh,
Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh yeah, and that too.
You can tell in the interviews
She's
though.
so fucking
like
good.
let me
good.
tell you, she is
So good.
So good.
So witty.
She's so
she
smart.
is so good.
So
funny.
good at being very deep with what she's saying.
Yeah.
I
so
loved her
well
on
spoken.
the show.
Yeah,
I loved her.
I thought she was great. I was really happy, especially with like all the stuff that she had gone through with mental health.
I
And
know.
so I'm really
I mean,
glad.
hello, Dennis literally getting kicked out for it.
Yeah, like I'm really glad that you guys talked a lot about it. We all talked about it. And then
Mm-hmm.
she was able to still like really be honest with like forgiveness, but also really funny. in
Yeah.
all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, she just knew how
She
to
kept
like
it light.
kept it light.
She
No
did.
matter
Well, the
this
show
is-
asked us to literally do that.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So when people
She was
couldn't do it, it
following
was very
instructions.
strange.
Oh.
I know. I
Wow.
know.
Very strange.
Yeah.
But on that note, so I don't get sued, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. Thank you so much, CJ, for coming on the show.
Oh my God, thank you
On
guys
the
for
podcast.
having me.
Yes,
I love
thank
you
you.
guys.
We love you so
We love
much.
you.
I love you guys.
And we love you guys. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, like, check out the description for everything we talked about. And we'll see you in our next episode.
Bye guys.
Bye, guys. Wow.